Baker's had some real quality teammates at his disposal. Obviously, he has OBJ, Jarvis Landry, and Nick Chubb. But additionally, he's now bolstered the team with new signings, Austin Hooper and Jack Conklin, to go along with first-round draft pick Jedrick Wills Jr. All right, so let's bring the guys back in. Mike, I hate to be the negative guy, but I'm going to go ahead and be the negative guy anyway. Let's ask the question of how long a leash do you give him if, say, he goes out first game of the season and throws, let's say, 3 picks?
Ryan, a very, very short leash. I know Kevin Stefanski really well. He's smart, he's deliberate, he's disciplined. He will have zero compunction to bench Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield will not throw 21 interceptions because when he's on track to do that, he'll be standing next to Kevin on the sidelines. Look at what Kirk Cousins did last year. Great offense, 6 interceptions. So I know Kevin, the standards are going to be high. His timeline is a lot longer in Cleveland than Baker Mayfield's is. And if Baker plays well, which we all hope, and you talked about the additions, great. But as soon as those picks start, he will be on the sidelines, and Kevin will not flinch.
So, Dom, if that's the key, he's got to get off to a fast start.
Yeah, I think he does, and I think that he will do just fine. I obviously think that I believe that he will get some consistency. And I think a lot of people think Baker was better than he actually was in his rookie year. I don't think that we really want Baker to get back to that rookie year because he was boom and bust that season. It was great game, then several terrible games in a row, then great game. What they need out of him is consistency, and I think Stefanski's run-heavy offense, or at least run-based offense, is going to make it easier for him to establish that stability. And we have this debut bias with Baker. He had such a great Thursday night debut where he played incredibly well in 2018, and the Browns won for what it felt like the first time in forever. And then we all just thought Baker was a done product, and he still needed to develop, and I think we'll see that development this season.
All right, so Dan, what do you think?
All right, a couple things for me to kind of attack here. First, Dom, you talk about Baker's rookie year and it kind of being up and down and not that great rookie year. So there's going to be some good and some bad, right? So that does justify some fluctuation. But I think in the last 8 games of that rookie year, he goes 20 touchdowns and 7 picks. So really found some consistency really in the back half of his rookie year, which is an enormous sign. Like, people forget about 2018. Like, we just pretend it never happened with Baker Mayfield. Mike T, you are 100% correct that Baker Mayfield is not going to be throwing 21 interceptions next year. And this is why. He's thrown 35 interceptions in his first 2 years. 29 of them have come on non-play action pass concepts, just strict drop back football. Baker Mayfield is a play action passing quarterback. 40% of the Vikings offense pass game wise last year was off the play action pass. It is the perfect marriage. Baker Mayfield will not be benched next season. There is a 0% chance that Baker Mayfield is going to be benched. He is going to play really good football. I mentioned they are going to be a run-centric football team. They're not going to be so reliant on playing drop-back football. Baker, go do everything yourself. They're going to play to his strength. If you guys were numbers guys, if you were strictly numbers guys, maybe had a great accountant and not really good people person, and I said, hey, you're a numbers person, great, you got to go do HR, you would struggle as well too. They constantly asked Baker to do things that he's not great at last year. Now he's in a scheme that fits his skill set. He's going to play really well. There's a 0% chance Baker's going to get benched next year.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the question, though, to be fair. I agree with you. I think that he's likely not to get benched. But the question was, if he has a bad start, will he get benched? And I don't think that he has this type of that they have this type of faith in him that you think they do. I think if he has a bad start, they're done with him. I don't know that people believe he's a franchise.
How many quarterbacks in the already is? How many guys in the NFL, how many quarterbacks in the NFL can get off to a bad start? I don't know how we quantify that, maybe 3 picks every game. How many guys are going to not get benched? I mean, not a ton of guys are going to just ride that out. I also would tell you this. They played like 2 good defenses in their first 8 games. I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore. So he's got that in his favor as well. So
Mike, wait, guys, I'm going to jump in because I know Mike,
NFL does.
I'm going to jump in because I know Mike is dying to get in here. Go ahead, Mike.
I appreciate that. There's one other interesting dynamic here, guys. It's a rookie head coach. If Baker Mayfield has a bump in the road early in the season, He may not say this publicly, but I'm telling you that here's what Kevin Stefanski is thinking. This is an opportunity. If I bench Baker Mayfield, they're going to all fall in line. And what have we said over the last couple of years? Cleveland has underachieved as an organization. Penalties, turnovers. If Mayfield gets benched, even if it's for a game or two, I promise you, he'll get the attention of that whole team.
Dan, go ahead. I know you're not feeling that. I'm looking at his face.
If he has a bump in the road, he's going to get benched? Like, every quarterback in the NFL has to play well. He is in his third year, fourth offensive coordinator. Like, we've got to, Mike T, you are notorious, and I love the line. It's a developmental position, and it's one that I have kind of stolen from you. We have to allow Baker to develop. Did 2018 not happen? Did it just not happen? Like, last year, he threw 13 interceptions while that team was trailing because they always played bad football early. They broke the NFL record for penalties. They were set up to fail. He was set up to fail last year. And so how do we quantify bump in the road? Like, Baker Mayfield's a good player. He's in a perfect scheme fit. Yes, Kevin Stefanski needs to get everybody to fall in line. You know what would be a great way to get everyone to believe in their head coach? Get their young quarterback to play really, really good football. Then everyone's going to go, we got our coach. He's got Baker Mayfield rolling. We're winning football games. This is perfect for us.